Very good morning, dear students. Sorry for the delay. Today, let us discuss about the format of. Yesterday, we have discussed about the format of balance sheet. We'll discuss some problem based on the preparation of balance sheet as well as the whole problem to prepare the financial statements of the company. Yesterday, some of your friends were asking about the managerial remuneration, that how to calculate the managerial remuneration if there is information given in the problem. I'll discuss that while doing the problem. Okay. So I will share the problem now, the question relating to this balance sheet. I had given an yesterday assignment for you. Have you all done it? Somebody has shared it in the Telegram group, have seen, but only one of your friend has done it. What about others? Is there is anyone have done the problem, have finished the problem, or any doubt in this? Okay, we'll solve now one problem which is relating to the preparation of both profit and loss account as well as balance sheet. Yesterday, day before yesterday, and yesterday, what we have done is the preparation of or the calculation of cost of goods sold, preparation of statement of profit and loss, and also the preparation of balance sheet individually. We have learned about it, right? Now today we are going to discuss about the problem relating to the preparation of financial statement. Financial statements includes what? Mainly profit and loss statement and the balance sheet, right? So both together, if the information given, how to prepare that, let us discuss. Okay, look at this problem. In this problem, they have given information of trial balance. Information of trial balance, which is having debit as well as the credit value. The first item is building. So you know the principles of accounts, right? All the debit balances, which includes assets and expenses. All assets and expenses, you can note down somewhere. All assets and expenses are debit balances, and all liabilities, equity, and profits are credit balances. In the trial balance, whatever the information relating to debit and credit is given, all the debit balance information, which includes assets and expenses, we say that all assets and expenses are debit balances, whereas all liabilities and profits are credit balance. So here the information of trial balance is given. What we have to do while analyzing the problem, you should check it that where the items has to be taken into consideration, whether it is to be taken to profit and loss account in the sense statement of profit and loss or the balance sheet. So if it is the item of statement of profit and loss, you can mark somewhere there that it is a profit and loss item. If it is a balance sheet item, you can take that as assets, liabilities, or balance sheet, like that. Okay, so one by one, while discussing the problem itself, due to time constraint, we are going to mark there only that the concerned assets or the expenses are the item of statement of profit or loss or the balance sheet. First one, building. Buildings, whether it is expenses, losses, or you can also say whether it is profit or assets and liabilities. These are the items like this you have to divide and mention there. Building. Tell me which item is this, whether it is asset, liability, profit, or loss. Sorry. Building is asset, right? So always the building, plant and machinery are considered as an asset, and it will be taken on the asset side of the balance sheet under the assets, under fixed asset. So this is fixed asset which goes to balance sheet. Okay, so the inner item, in the bracket, whatever I am writing here, it is just for your understanding purpose. Just for your understanding purpose, you need not write there. So if you get to know that these items, where it comes, which is whether it is assets or liabilities. If it is a asset, whether it is long term asset or short term asset. If it is a liability, long term liability or short term liability. In case if this item is a profit or loss or expenditure or incomes, you can directly mark it there. Okay, next is plant and machinery. Of course, even plant and machinery is also fixed asset which will be taken under balance sheet. What about purchases? What about purchases? Purchases is an item of profit or loss which will be taken under cost of goods sold, right? Next, salary. Salary is an expenses. Expenses, all expenses will be taken under profit and loss. Next, sundry debtors. Sundry debtors are assets, correct? It is a current assets and which will be taken under balance sheet. Next is bills receivable. Bills receivable is also current asset and it will be taken under balance sheet. If you know the format of balance sheet and profit and loss account, that where these item comes, then it will be around 60% of your work is over if you know where this item comes. Because if you know where this item comes, it means that you know the format of profit and loss and balance sheet. Next, directors fees. So for the company is having a directors, for them they are paying fees in the form of remuneration, so that is also an expenses, right? Expenses, all the expenses will be taken under profit and loss. Next, bad debt. Bad debt is also an expenditure which will be taken under profit and loss. Sales returns. Sales return is also profit and loss item. It will be deducted from the sales. It will be deducted from the sales. Are you all understanding? Next, wages. Wages, it is a direct expenses, being a direct expenses which will be taken under cost of goods sold. Okay, so for the calculation of cost of goods sold, it will be taken into consideration, and even this purchase is also cost of goods sold, because we are going to calculate cost of goods sold separately. The final item of cost of goods sold will be taken into profit and loss account. Next, opening stock. It is also an item of cost of goods sold. Next, loose tools. What about this loose tools? Loose tools are considered as current assets and it will be taken in the balance sheet. Next is goodwill. Goodwill is a fixed asset. Goodwill is a fixed asset and it will be all the fixed assets, intangible fixed asset it is, it will be taken under balance sheet. Discount on issue of shares. Can anyone tell me discount on issue of shares? I leave this and I leave this and I'll move further because I'm waiting for your reply. Kindly tell me where this discount on issue of shares comes. Okay, because yesterday we discussed while discussing about the format of balance sheet, we have discussed that discount on issue of shares. Where this item comes, please tell me. Next is cash and bank balance. It is also a current asset which will be taken in the balance sheet. 12% investment. See, this 12% investment is the company have invested on the shares or debentures or any stocks of any other company. So it is an item of investment. This item of investment is taken on 1st of April 2021. First of April 2021, and this is considered as a long-term asset because no information is given, so it is considered as a long-term assets. And this long-term assets will be taken under balance sheet. Yes, very good. Many of you are saying that it will be taken under miscellaneous expenses. Very good. Miscellaneous expenses. You have not seen the yesterday's class notes and you are saying the answer right? Huh? Okay. Next, we'll move to the credit side of the balance sheet. Look at here, all the debit side of the balance sheet, what we have taken is either assets in the balance sheet or the expenses of the profit and loss account. Understood now? Next, under the credit side of the trial balance, the first item is equity share capital. Equity share capital It is also an item of balance sheet, but where you take this will be taken as a equity, right? Under shareholders fund. Next, even preferential capital is also an shareholders fund. Under the shareholders fund, it will be taken in the balance sheet. Reserve fund is also a shareholders fund. Next, 10% debenture. 10% debenture is a long-term liability. It is a long-term liability and it will be taken under balance sheet. Next, sales. Sales is an income, right? And it will be taken under profit and loss account statement. Next is sundry creditors. It is a current liability and it will be shown in the balance sheet. Next, bills payable. Bills payable is also current liability which will be shown in the balance sheet. What about purchase return? Purchase return will be taken in the cost of goods sold. That is, you deduct these purchase return from purchases. Purchase return will be deducted from purchase return and this sales return will be deducted from sales. Sales return will be deducted from sales. Next, profit and loss account on 1/4/2021. Profit and loss account. Now again, one more question to you. Profit and loss account on 1/4/2021 is a loss or income. Kindly tell me whether this profit and loss account, whatever the information of 60,000 is given, whether it is a loss or profit is a question to you. Come on fast. Next is interest on investment. Look at here, this is an interest on investment. The company has invested 12% of, amount of 2 lakh rupees of amount on 12% investment. From that, the company has earned 18,000 rupees of interest. Okay, but they are saying 12% of interest. What about the amount is 2 lakh? We should have to check whether the entire means since the investment is made on 1/4/2021, that is the beginning of the financial year, the companies can earn 1 year, entire 1 year profit at the rate of 12%. 1 year interest at the rate of 12%. Can anyone tell me what is anyone has given an answer for profit and loss account? Only one, two. Yes, very good. It is a profit and loss account on 1/4/2021 is a profit. It will be shown in profit and loss. Will be shown in the profit and loss. Profit and loss statement. Okay. Next, interest on investment. So here, interest 12% on 2 lakh is how much? It is 24,000, right? 12%. I'll just give you the calculation. Just calculation, but it is not exactly. We'll do that later. 2 lakh into 12%. 2 lakh into 12% is how much? It is 24,000. But how much the company has received an interest? 18,000, right? This 18,000 is an interest the company has earned. This 18,000 has earned, but the company was liable to earn how much? It was not only 18,000, it was 24,000. But now still how much they have to earn? How much they are liable to receive the income? Remaining 6,000, right? This 6,000 is outstanding. Still the company has not received it. So there is an adjustment for this. You have to do that. So this item of 18,000 will be taken directly under profit and loss. Understood? This item of profit and loss is directly taken under profit and loss. Okay, now we'll go for an adjustment. Before going for an adjustment, look at here. They said from the following trial balance of Tanavia Company Limited as on 31st March 2022, prepare final accounts. Prepare final accounts in the prescribed format. Especially it is considered, it is given that in the vertical format. You are required to prepare a vertical format of balance sheet and profit and loss statement. Okay, got it. Now let us move to this adjustments. Before going for an adjustment, I want to clear one thing here is the item of adjustment. Clear carefully. The item of adjustment, whatever the points they have given here, the adjustment items should be shown in two ways, in two times. Actually it should be recorded at two times. One is in the balance sheet and other one is in the profit and loss account. Suppose, take an example. The first item is closing stock. Closing stock is valued at rupees 1,40,000. This 1,40,000 rupees of closing stock, first one is to be recorded in the cost of goods sold. While calculating the cost of goods sold, that item will be shown in the profit and loss account, right? So one item is recorded in the profit and loss account, and the other item is to be shown in the balance sheet under current asset as a closing stock, right? Do you know that closing stock or the inventory, closing inventory or the closing stock will be taken in the current assets of the balance sheet? Got my point now? So this item, all the adjustments item must be shown two times. All the adjustment items must be shown two times. One is in the profit and loss account, that is statement, and other one is in the balance sheet. Got my point? Let us discuss in the same way. You can mark there one closing stock of one item in the balance sheet and other item in the profit and loss. Where in the profit and loss at the time of preparation of cost of goods sold, and where in the balance sheet and the current asset. Okay, very good. Next is outstanding wages. Outstanding means what? There is a due. The amount of wages is not yet paid. Wages is to be paid to the laborers, right? It is not yet paid. Already there is one item of wages here. Look at here, this is the wages, right? There is one item of wages here. Have you seen this? The item of wages. So this item of wages is 15,000 rupees. 15,000 rupees amount of wages will be shown only once. Will be shown only once, because the item under the trial balance must be shown only once, either in the profit and loss statement or in the balance sheet. But only the adjustment items must be shown twice. So this amount of outstanding wages which is given in an adjustment, outstanding wages given in the adjustment of 2,500 rupees must be shown twice, where one is in the profit and loss account, and this still is an expenditure. It will be added to the wages already given in the trial balance. For this, this amount of 2,500 will be added back. Then again this 2,500 rupees of wages will be taken in the liability side of the balance sheet as a current liability. Why? Because this is a liability for the company to make the payment of wages to the laborers. The company has not yet paid, but it is a liability for them to make the payment of wages. Understood? Next, write off 10% of goodwill and 10% of discount on issue of shares. Look at here, there is a goodwill amount all given in the trial balance. There is goodwill, yes. This is a goodwill, right? This is an item of goodwill. I'll mark it in the red one, so that all the red items are considered as an adjustment item. Okay. Right. So this goodwill and discount on issue of shares, both items are there here. Goodwill as well as discount on issue of shares. This item of say 80,000 rupees of goodwill and 20,000 rupees of discount on issue of shares will be taken only once. But the adjustment, that is write off 10%. See, we charge depreciation on the fixed assets. Depreciation will be charged on what? On the fixed asset. There are two types of fixed assets here. One is tangible fixed asset and other one is intangible fixed asset. Tangible fixed assets, say for example, plant and machinery, building, furnitures and fixtures, motor car, vehicles, all those are considered as tangible fixed asset, and for that tangible fixed asset we charge depreciation. Whereas for an intangible fixed asset, we do not charge depreciation, but the procedure will be as it is. But we charge amortization, or we write off that amount of intangible fixed asset. Say for example, this goodwill is an intangible asset for which we charge what? Amortization and not the depreciation. How much we have to charge here? 10%. So write off 10% of goodwill. What is the amount of goodwill here? Goodwill is 80,000. On 80,000, 10% is to be charged as amortization, and this item must be shown twice. Where it has to be shown: one is writing off of goodwill being an expenditure, it will be shown under the profit and loss statement, and other one is under the balance sheet. This amount of goodwill, that is 10% of writing off that, or the amortization amount of goodwill, will be deducted in the asset side of the balance sheet. That will be deducted. Look at here, there is a 80,000 rupees, 80,000 rupees of goodwill. This 80,000 rupees of goodwill, on which we have to charge 10%. How much it is? 8,000. That 8,000 rupees will be deducted from 80,000, and the balance of 72,000 is considered as a closing goodwill. Okay, like that we have to charge, like how the depreciation is going to be charged on the fixed asset. In the same manner, we need to charge that. Next is 10% discount on issue of shares is to be written off. In the same manner, there is a discount on issue of shares of 20,000 that is to be charged at 10%, and the item of 20,000 will be shown in the miscellaneous expenses, and this adjustment must be shown twice, right? So twice, where we have to show this being an expenditure, that amount of 10% will be shown in the profit and loss account, and at the same amount what we are showing in the profit and loss statement, that will be deducted from the asset, the miscellaneous expenses, that is discount on issue of shares in the balance sheet. Okay, next is debenture interest. Debenture interest is outstanding for the whole year. Means debenture interest is not yet paid by the company. Debenture is a long term liability, right? So the company has borrowed by some amount of look at here, the debenture, 10% debenture of 2 lakh rupees has borrowed by the company, on which they have to pay 10% of interest every year. 10% on 2 lakh is 20,000. This 20,000 is to be charged on the debenture, whereas this 20,000 rupees of debenture is um, to be added to the debenture amount and should be shown in the balance sheet, and remain, one more time, is to be the same amount of 20,000 is to be shown as an expenditure, in the profit and loss statement. Next item is building and plant and machinery to be depreciated by 5% and 10% respectively. Means for buildings they are charging at 5%, and plant and machinery is required to be charged at 10% depreciation. So where is building and plant and machinery here, right? These are the items of building fixed asset, building and plant and machinery, so on which we have to charge depreciation. This depreciation item being an expenditure, that is non-operating expenditure, will be, or after calculation of PBDIT, we are going to deduct depreciation at the rate of 5% on building and 10% on the profit and loss, plant and machinery. Then the same item of depreciation will be deducted from the concerned assets in the balance sheet, asset side item of the balance sheet. Next, transfer to reserve fund. Transfer to what? Transfer to reserve fund. So this reserve fund is to be transferred. Where you have to take this item? Where shall be taken this? Two times we have to take this item, right? Yes, this amount of 25,000 rupees of reserve fund being a reserve amount, one item will be shown under reserves and surplus of the balance sheet. Reserves and surplus of the balance sheet. And the other item of 25,000, actually, the profit and loss appropriation account. Earlier we used to prepare yes, very good. Uma said that it should be shown under appropriation. So we used to prepare appropriation account, right? So that appropriation, we are not going to, we can prepare separately also. Instead, we can continue in the same profit and loss account only. After knowing EAT, that is earning after tax, that earning after tax can be divided between shareholders and the reserve fund. So whatever the dividend paid to the shareholders will be deducted, and the remaining will be transferred to the uh, will be retained in the organization. So this is a reserve fund. Reserve fund is to be shown twice. One is in the profit and loss, and the other one is in the reserves and surplus of balance sheet. Next, directors propose 15% dividend to equity shareholders. Equity shareholder. What is the amount of equity share capital? It is 3 lakh. This equity share on this equity shareholders, the company is paying how much? 15% of dividend. 15%, whether it is on the equity share capital or on the profit, is a question. Tell me, I'll continue. I'll move to the next point. I had given a question to you that whether this dividend to the equity shareholders must be calculated on the equity share capital or on the profit. Okay, next item is general management is to be given commission at 10% of net profit after charging such commission of the work, after charging the commission of the works manager and his own. Look at here, there is yesterday some of you were asking about managerial remuneration, right? So that how to calculate the managerial remuneration, since the solved problem is not there. If in case it is not there, you can do one thing. We have given some reference books. You can refer some textbook, or even you can, because why I'm telling you this, I'm explaining here, but I may not able to cover complete portion because of shortage. See, already 3 days over, still I'm in the second unit. I cannot, since it, if it in case, if it would have been a theory portion, we would just give a hint and move further. But if it is a problematic subject like this, we cannot move. It takes more than a hour to complete one problem, right, by explaining this. So it is your own effort. You must have to concentrate while doing the problem. You must have to study well by using various reference textbooks also. Even there are various net sources available. You can refer even that also, in case if there is any missing information. Most probably all the concepts are covered in the study material. Okay, if it is anything missed, you can, if you want to calculate or if you want to work out further, you can use various reference sources of textbooks, or even various website materials are also available regarding that. You can refer even that. Okay, just this is for an information for you, right? Somebody said that it should be calculated on the equity share capital, and somebody is saying on the profit. See what happened to the equity shareholders, we do not pay any dividend on the equity share capital. So for the equity shareholders, dividend will be paid on the profit. Whatever the profit left out, on that profit the dividend will be paid. It is not like debenture or the preferential capital. But the preferential shareholders, we pay dividend on the preferential capital. They have a preferential rights also to get a payment of dividend and at the time of repayment of capital, but not to the equity shareholders. If for the equity shareholders, if there is a dividend, if there is a profit, dividend will be paid. If there is no profit, no dividend will be paid. So for always, to the equity shareholders, dividend will be paid on the profit. Next item is general management. See, this is a managerial remuneration. The commission is at 10% of the net profit after charging commission of the workers manager and his own. What they're saying, the general manager is to be given commission at the rate of 10%. But the question here is 10% on what? 10% of the net profit. Correct. Net profit, 10% of the net profit is to be calculated. But there is still, they have given after charging the commission of workers manager and his own. This is the question. 10% of the net profit, whatever the net profit is there for the company, that net profit, on the net profit, the company must have to calculate general manager's remuneration or the commission. that 10% of net profit, I mean that net profit, for from that net profit, the general manager's commission as well as the work manager's commission must have to be deducted. The balance of this net profit, on the balance of net profit, we have to calculate general management. So what you have to do this for this, so you for the calculation of managerial remuneration, in case remuneration, in case if they are given this, like after charging commission on the profit, after charging an expenditure, or after, if there is any after information, what we have to do here, we use a formula like this, like percentage of commission, percentage of commission. Suppose the percentage of commission here is 10%. 10% of the commission, 10% divided by 100 plus percentage of same commission. 100 plus percentage of commission. 100 plus percentage of commission into profit. Whatever the net profit, say for example, this is just an example, don't think that this is a problem I'm doing here. Okay, for example, the profit of 2 lakh rupees and a net the managerial remuneration of 10%. So how to do this? This is for an example I'm showing. For the calculation of this managerial remuneration, what is the percentage? 10%. 10% divided by 100 plus 10. 100 plus 10 in the sense how much? 110. 110 into net profit. What is the amount of net profit? Amount of net profit is 2 lakh rupees. So now you can solve this 2 lakh into 10 divided by 110. Means why this divided by 110 we are taking here? Because they are saying, they are specifying it as 2 lakh rupees of amount of net profit is before charging this commission. This 2 lakh rupees, whatever the net profit they have given, this is the amount before charging commission, managerial commission. Just understand the concept clearly. This is a rate of commission. Rate of commission. 2 lakh rupees of net profit, what they have given before charging this commission. Before charging this commission means what? This amount of 2 lakh rupees is added with 10% of commission. Am I correct? Am I correct? This 2 lakh rupees of profit is added with 10% of commission, means this 2 lakh rupees of profit is not 100% of profit, it is 110% of profit, because commission is 10% of commission is not deducted. When 10% of deduction, commission is not deducted, then this 2 lakh rupees is 110%. 110%. So this 110% is 2 lakh rupees. Then how much is for 10%? 10% is commission, right? You can calculate 2 lakh divided by 110 into 10. How much it is? 18,182. Correct. If you round it off the last digit, if it is more than 5.5, you can round it off. It is 18,182. Got it, everyone? Like this. If in case if they said the commission, if then nothing said, like after, if it is before charging such commission, means what you can do before charging such commission. This is a formula for calculation of managerial remuneration when after profit commission is given. Okay, this is an after profit commission. In case if there is a before profit commission, what you can do? For the same example, you can do like managerial remuneration is equal to directly on 2 lakh rupees, directly on the amount of 2 lakh rupees, you can charge 10%. That is 20,000 is the amount of managerial remuneration. Like this, you can calculate the managerial remuneration. Understood? So in the same manner, similar way, you have to do for this for general managers or for the general management, they are giving 10% of net profit as a commission. That is after charging not only the general management, they are saying it after charging such commission of work managers and also general management commission, work management as well as general management commission. See, further information is given relating to works manager. Look at here. What is the works manager's commission? Works manager is to be given commission at 12% of net profit before charging such commission of general manager and his own. In the sense, whatever the net profit we calculate before charging works managers commission and the general management commission, on 12% of the net profit on the net profit will be calculated as a general manager. But that general manager commission is to be deducted from the net profit to calculate general manager's commission. Okay. So like this, only two types of adjustment you will get, either one after and before relating to the managerial remuneration. This is about the problem. We have understood that where these item comes and where we have to take these items. Okay. Now we'll quickly move to the format. I'll just copy the format because of the time constraint so that we can complete it early. I'll take the format of both profit and loss as well as the balance sheet. Profit and loss. Okay, statement of profit and loss, including cost of goods sold. You know the format, right? You must know about the format of profit and loss and the balance sheet. I'm copying even the balance sheet format also so that the item can be taken directly. Okay, come to this statement of profit and loss account. Statement of profit and loss. What we have to do? We have to take all the items of profit and loss statement first. All the items of profit and loss. First item for the profit and loss, the company name they have given. You should write that Tanavya Company Limited. First, you should write the name of the company, that is Tanavya Company Limited, and the statement of profit or loss, statement of profit or loss for the year ending 31st March 2022. Okay, next, the item of sales. First item is what? Sales. Sales how much? 6 lakh rupees of sales. I'll mark in yellow one so that it shows that we have considered. Okay, so sales minus sales return, that is 6 lakh rupees of sales and 15,000 of sales return. 6 lakh minus 15,000. Calculate and tell me fast. 6 lakh minus 15,000, it is 5 lakh 85,000. 5 lakh 85,000. And deduct cost of goods sold. For this, we have to work out, right? Therefore, working note number 1. So let us go for working note after the format. This is calculation. We need even still more column because rows, because we are going for considering the profit and loss appropriation amount here only, right? Next, cost of goods sold. The first item of cost of goods sold is opening stock. What is the amount of opening stock? Where is opening stock? Yes, it is opening stock. Opening stock is 45,000. Then per opening stock, we'll take that. Opening stock is 45,000. Then we need purchases. Purchases 2,50,000 and purchase returns 20,000. Purchases 2,50,000, 2,50,000. Total is, if you add that, total is 2,95,000. Then from that you need to deduct purchase return of 20,000. Purchase return 20,000. Deduct it. The balance what you get, that is called 2 lakh. I mean the amount is 2,75,000, for which we need to add direct expenses. What are the direct expenses given? In this problem, they have given only wages. Wages is a direct expenses. We have marked it right. Look at here. Wages is a direct expenses. It will be shown under cost of goods sold. Take this wages and we have marked it red. Why? Because there is an adjustment, right? 15,000 rupees of wages will come that. Will come to that. So where is that? Okay. Wages. I will take this amount here only. Wages, it is 15,000, and for which there is a one adjustment. Adjustment is the amount of wages of rupees 2,500 is outstanding. Amount of 2,500 is outstanding. We have taken one time adjustment of this outstanding, so it is 2,500 under cost of goods sold. Outstanding wages means still not at paid, but it is an expenditure, right? This amount of 2,500 will be added back to the wages amount. What is the total? Total is 17,500, and this 17,500 will be added. 2,75,000 plus 17,500. Sorry, 17,500. It is 2,92,500. Then, is there any other direct expenses or cost of goods sold item to be taken? Left out item. Look at here. Any cost of goods sold item which we have not considered, we have marked it here as cost of goods sold item. Any item is left out? No, right? No. So only one item left out, that is closing stock. One time we are taking into consideration this 1,40,000 of closing stock. 1,40,000. Deduct this from 2,92,500. Balance is 1,52,500. This is cost of goods sold. Take this item of 1,52,500 in the profit and loss statement. 1,52,500. Deduct this. The balance what you get. The balance what you get is called as gross profit. Can you tell me how much it is? 4,32,500. 4,32,500. Next, what we have to do? Let us do one thing. Instead of going for operating expenses, non-operating expenses, income, non-operating income, like that, we can take all the incomes will be added. Okay, before profit. Okay, what I'm doing here, the balance is 4,32,500. So this is taken as gross profit. For this gross profit, I'm adding all the incomes. All the incomes. What are the incomes? They have given profit and loss income. Where this income comes? Which side? Credit side or debit side of the balance? Credit side or debit side of the trial balance? Credit side of the trial balance or incomes, right? So what? Where are the profit and loss items? Okay, profit and loss profit. And this profit and loss profit is actually profit and loss appropriation. There the last year profit 1 4 2021 means opening profit, in the sense it is a profit of last year. This item of profit and loss amount will be taken in the profit and loss appropriation after calculation of EAT. Okay, this is not taken. There is one more item, interest on investment of 18,000. Okay, that will be taken here. Interest on investment is an income. Interest on investment, but this interest on investment amount is what given in the problem is 18,000, but there is an adjustment I said, right? What is that adjustment? Total amount of investment is 12%, but they have paid only 18,000. Still there is a outstanding of remaining amount. What is the amount of investment? 2 lakh at the rate of 12%. Calculate it. 2 lakh at the rate of 12% is how much? 24,000, on which the company has received only 18,000. So the balance amount is how much? This will be taken here in the inner column. Inner column 18,000, and the remaining amount 24,000 minus 18,000 is how much? 6,000, right? This 6,000 will be added to this investment, so that total amount of 24,000 of interest per annum is the company's asset, that is profit. Okay, next is now next what you can do, you can deduct, I mean add this profit to this 4 lakh 32,500, add this 24,000, 4 lakh 32,500 plus 24,000, it is 4 lakh 56,500. And for this is not earning after tax. For this we can add, sorry, we can deduct expenditure. Where this expenses item comes, this expenses are shown under debit side of the trial balance, right? So look at here, take all the debit expenses of profit and loss account. First one is salary. What is the amount of salary? Amount, this investment amount is taken into consideration. I marked it. So the salary amount is 60,000. Take this salary. The first expenditure is salary of 60,000. I will show this in the inner column. Total of expenses will be taken to the outer column directly. Okay, next salary is over. Next sundry debtor asset. Directors fees. Directors fees it is 20,000. Directors fees it is 20,000. Directors fee it is 20,000. Next is the next item. Bad debts. Bad debts 5,000. There is no adjustment for all this, so directly we are taking. So bad debts it is 5,000. Bad debts it is 5,000. Next, which is the profit and loss account amount item. We have taken this profit and loss. Okay, loose tools, current asset. Okay, all the items in the trial balance we have taken into consideration, right? But next thing is we have to move to the adjustment. There are the items relating to the profit and loss expenditure that must be taken into consideration. First is goodwill. See, look at here, write off goodwill and discount on issue of shares. Only one time we are marking, we are adjusting here in the profit and loss. So I'm marking here in the yellow one. First one, it is goodwill written off. Goodwill written off. What is the amount of goodwill? Amount of goodwill is 80,000. At the rate of 10%, we need to charge goodwill written off. That is 8,000. Next, discount, writing off of discount on issue of discount on issue of shares or debenture here. There is the discount on issue of, sorry, discount on issue of shares. Okay, discount on issue of shares. What is the amount of discount on issue of shares? 20,000, on which 10% is to be written off. Discount on issue of shares written off. Okay, 10% of this is 2,000. Next, next adjustment, debenture interest is outstanding for the whole year. This is also an expenditure, debenture interest, right? Charge on this in the profit and loss account. First one, outstanding, outstanding debenture interest. Outstanding debenture interest. What is the amount of debenture? Debenture is 2 lakh and 10% of interest. Debenture is 2 lakh and 10% of interest. Entire, for the entire year it is outstanding. So 10% of debenture of 2 lakh, on which we need to charge interest. 2 lakh into 10%, it is 20,000. Next item, building and plant and machinery are depreciated at 5 and 10%. Correct. So this 5 and 10% of building and plant and machinery is to be charged. 5% of building, 5% of building 5 lakh. First one, depreciation on buildings. Depreciation on buildings. Building item is 5 lakh into 5%. 5 lakh into 5% is 25,000. 25,000. Then in the same manner, we need to charge for plant and machinery also. Depreciation on depreciation 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 on plant and machinery. Depreciation on plant and machinery at the rate of 10%. That is 10% on plant and machinery, it is 2 lakh, right? Charge 2 lakh, 2 lakh into 10%, it is 20,000. 20,000. This is the next adjustment item. Transfer reserve fund. Reserve fund we are not taking here because it is an appropriation item. Next is proposed dividend. That is provision for dividend. Provision for dividend. Dear students, it is getting time. After this adjustment, further I will continue because due to shortage of time, will not be able to complete within the scheduled time. So if you agree for it, I will take the class between 6 to 7. If it is okay for you, if it is okay for you, I will take the class. I will continue the class and I will share the link in the Telegram group to you by 6 o'clock. From 6 o'clock, I will take the class so that we can continue further to finish the concept. Is it okay? Say fast. Provision for dividend. So what is the amount percentage of dividend? Proposed dividend 15%. Okay. Is it okay? Okay, right. So I will wind up the class till here. I will wind up the class till here. That is up to the calculation of provision for dividend. Okay. Further, I will take the class today by 6 o'clock. If possible, we'll continue till another 3 days. Will the remaining extra classes I am going to take by 6 o'clock. Is it okay for you, everyone? I'll share the link in the Telegram group. I will share even the Telegram group link also. Wait for a minute. Okay. So this is the link of first one. What I'm sending is the link of January cycle. And second one is the link of July cycle. July cycle batch. Okay, so you can inform to your friends also regarding this. Those who want to attend the classes can be informed to your friends, and those who are not in the Telegram group can be added by sending this links to your friends. Okay, today's class notes definitely I'll send that. Okay, I have some even workshop also by 10 o'clock. It has been started, but I could not able to attend due to your class. I thought of completing your class, but even with the half of the portion I'm concluding the class, because further I will take by 6 o'clock. For the link for the class will be shared to you in the evening. Okay, thank you very much. I'll wind up the class now.